Right, hello everyone and welcome to this new video on my channel. So today is Saturday the 18th of March 2023 and today we're heading to the Peninsula Stadium for Salford City versus Doncaster Rovers in League 2. So for today's match we're going to travel down there. We've got some pre and post match analysis coming up. We're also going to have some footage of the match itself as well as the supporters weekend away, and then afterwards we're going to rate Salford's ground. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I'm Doncaster Rovers fan, so we're going to start off with my team, Doncaster Rovers, for the pre-match analysis. So going into today's game, Doncaster Rovers are currently 12th in League 2 at 24, so bang on halfway. In our last game, we won our first game in 4. We beat AFC Wimbledon 2-1 at home. Came from 1-0 down after a sloppy mistake from Mitchell, and then scored 2 good first-half goals, one by Biggins with a header, and then Miller getting his first goal since Grimsby in November, I believe. So as a striker, like I say, feed off confidence really, so it's been great to see Miller scoring again, because I think it'll do him a world of good and hopefully he can kick on from that a bit and add a few more goals before the end of the season. So after that win, that puts us 6 points off the playoffs, which is actually against the team we played today, which is Salford, but we have got a game in hand, so that makes this game absolutely huge, because if we can win against them and then win the game in hand, we'll be level on points. However, Salford have got a lot better goal difference, but it still means we're chasing the pack, really keeping our eye on it and putting a lot of pressure on the teams in the playoffs. So unfortunately, after the Wimbledon match, we came out in a bit of a wars. Lakin went off in the first half injured, and unfortunately he's going to be out for the rest of the season, which is quite a shame, because he's looked pretty solid in the midfield. Every time I've watched him, I think he is going to be a good player in the future, and like I say, he's on loan from Burton, so I won't mind us trying to nick him in the summer, but a good signing in my opinion. And also Johnny Mitchell is 50-50 as well. It looked like he dislocated his shoulder in the second half, because Orami warmed up on the sideline. It looked like he was ready to come on, and then they managed to pop his shoulder back in place by the look of it. So he carried on, but like I say, after that, it's even if it's back in place, it's not going to be great because it's come out of the socket if that is what happened. So yeah, it's going to be. It's 50-50 a minute whether he's going to play. So if he is, then he's either going to be a bit injured, or if not, we're going to either have to play our young youth team keeper Oram, or we're going to have to get an emergency loan in. So we'll have to see on Saturday what happens with that, because I've heard nothing up to now on what is going to happen. But yeah, in the match we didn't really create a lot, but we took the chances that we had, which was really good to see, because goals have really been lacking, especially up front with Miller. So like I said earlier, hopefully Miller can build on this and get a few more goals. But I'd still love to see us try 2 up top. I think he's going to play an unchanged team here, unless Mitchell's out, and then obviously we're laking as well. But I think apart from forcing injuries, I think he'll keep it the same. It's going to be interesting to see how we do compared to Wimbledon, because like I said, I'd still like to see us play with 2 up front. But like I said, I think he'll keep formation the same. Then if it's not working, I'd love to see him try it with the 2 up front. Anyway, moving on to today's opponent, Salford. They're currently 7th out of 24, so they're currently occupying the last playoff space. In their last match, they had an absolute goal fest, a 7-goal thriller against Crewe, which they came out on the worst end of. They actually lost that match 4-3. So they're obviously famous for being owned by the class of 92, so Gary Neville, Nicky Butt, Paul Scholes, all of them lot. So the thing with Salford is, at the minute, you're always going to get goals. They've scored in each of the last 6 matches, but they've also conceded in each of the last 8 matches. So I won't put a bet on 0-0 for this one, or you probably would, knowing us. But yeah, there's been a lot of goals. They're scoring a lot, but they're also conceding a lot as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in this game. So in previous meetings, we met back in August, at the end of August, where Donny Rovers actually won that 2-1. Thomas Asante got the first for Salford, who's now at West Brom, and then Kyle Lurst scored the 2 for Rovers. I can remember the first one, my dad had gone down for a pint, and it was a lovely chip of at keeper. Whether he meant it or not, whether he meant to cross, well, we'll never know. But yeah, a lovely finish. I think he won our goal of the month. And yeah, he had a really good game that game, Hurst. So yeah, we won that one 2-1. We looked to play pretty well. Salford started a lot better. They came out really quick. But then after that, it was a bit like Wimbledon. After they scored, we kind of took a hold on the game and played a lot better. Right, in terms of a prediction for today's game, so do I think Rovers are going to do the double over Salford, or are Salford going to create a bit more of a gap between us and the playoffs, and is that going to pretty much end our run this season? My prediction is, I have no idea why. I think it's going to be another 2-1 game, but I've just got one of them feelings that we're going to do it. This is going to probably come back to bite me, but I just think we're going to do it. I think we're going to win. I can't justify it all. You just got one of them feelings. I just do. I mean, it's a weekend away with Supporters Club. It's our friend Paul Mayfield's birthday and also ticking off his 92nd ground. So I just think it's just going to be a good weekend. And we've had some really good personal news as well with my girlfriend. So it's just a lot of things seem on the up, and I just think the match is going to be the same. So, like I say, it's bizarre. I don't think anyone else is going to predict this. I'm going to go Salford City 1, Doncaster Rovers 2. So, like I say, this is a weekend away, so I'll get a bit of footage from that. It'll mainly be just the match day footage, but I will put some weekend away for the Supporters Club in there as well. So, without further ado, let's head to the morning of the weekend away and get the coach up to Blackpool, which is where we're staying, to travel to Salford on the Saturday. So anyway, no talking from me. Let's head to Blackpool.
Should I get the coats?
Alright, here we are in sunny Blackpool.
We need to go and get your winnings first.
I'm going to find the bag for you.
Oh yes.
Oh, I bet you got that big wheel's gone out, aren't you?
I know.
That's cold, isn't it? But when I looked out, I thought, look, we're going to go and have a walk. So I wrapped up and I set off about 10.
Here we are, it's another morning of the game in sunny or foggy Blackpool today. Lovely.
Yeah, so that weird building there with like the weird square roof,
Yeah.
that's where people get married, that's registering.
Yeah. Here we go. Look at this, I wish this were our transport. Look at that. And we've arrived. Yep. Cheers. Thanks a lot. And we're in. We've also got an outside bar and a burger van over there.
Right, so they're fucking pint of cat piss at the moment.
It's dead quick with these.
It's a shed though, Adam. This isn't a football ground.
Right, so here's the starting lineup. So we've got two changes, which are both due to injury. We've got Mitchell and Lakin out, and then Stuart Moore and Kyle Hurst in the squad. So I'm guessing Moore in the goal, and then Brown at right back, Rowe at left back, and then Nelson and Alou in the middle of centre back. And then I'm not too sure what sort of formation we're playing here, but it could be Seaman on the left, Hurst on the right, Close and Biggins in the middle. And then maybe Molyneux either just behind or up top with George Miller, that'd be my guess. And then subs are Oram, Long, Barlow, Miller, Agard, Ravenhill, and Lavery. Anyway, let's get into the match. There we are.
I think he was nervous.
No to Salford. So it's 1-0 to Salford. Hello, just messing about with his feet completely. Striker just took it off him, keeper came out for it, not a lot he could do to fair, and played to the player and he just slotted into the net. And yeah, poor confidence too. It's been pretty even now so far, but now 1-1. Waller with a lovely run, played into Miller, who had a great finish. Great teams going 2-2, getting a bit of confidence back. Now Salford 1, Doncaster Rovers 1.
2-1 Salford.
So half time it was Salford City 2, Doncaster Rovers 1, and basically it's been 2 errors, 2 goals from Salford. So I've not really talked about the second goal, but I'll come to that as I go through it. So first off, we had the first goal. So Aloe, unfortunately, fumbled the ball at his feet in the 12-yard box, which is never a good sign. And then the attacker, took it off him. The keeper tried to take it off him. He kind of like ran away from the keeper, slotted it to a player on just in the box, and he placed it into an empty net. So the first goal, we bounced back rather quickly, which was good to see. Molyneux made a great run. Played ball through to Miller, who finished it real nicely. Great to see him get 2-2 now. Hopefully, like I say, he can, because like I say, strikers the feed off confidence. So hopefully, like he can build on this and keep scoring, which he hasn't done lately. So it'd be great for him to get a few more goals into the team. And then we had the Salford second goal, which was just awful. Basically, the player had a shot from outside the box. It was going straight towards the keeper, and he kind of like fumbled it, and it just went straight through and into the net. So yeah, not good to see. 2-2 now that we've had a mistake from the keeper, which is never good. And it's one of them as well as a keeper, especially on your first game. It's like you just get remembered for your mistakes. It's been alright for the rest of the half, but like I say, you're only really gonna remember the mistakes, and that's kind of what happened. So yeah, it's been a very back and forth game. Salford have had lots of really good chances, which fortunately for us, they were very poor in finishing them, because if it weren't for that, it could have been easily 4, 5 or 6. But yeah, they've been a better team by now. We've had our chances. You can see that they've scored a lot and also conceded a lot, because it's a very back and forth game, like I say, but we've just not been clinical enough at all, which is like just usual for us. But yeah, played ball about really well. Salford have been quite impressed with how they've played, especially the diagonals out to the wings. Tommy Rose really been struggling against their right winger. Probably don't help that he got booked very early on in the game. I personally didn't think it were a booking, but like I say, when you're booked that early on, it's going to be hard to like really commit to challenges, because if you just takes one wrong move and they've gone over, and you're getting sent off. And also I think he's adding for pace. He knows he can't really dive in, so yeah, it's been running rings around Tommy Rowe, unfortunately. But yeah, Salford's been the better team. We could have had a lot more if it had finished a bit better. But the game is open. Like I say, it only takes one chance. So if we do get through and have that one chance, who knows, we could turn it around. But anyway, let's see what happens in the second half.
So second half start, Biggins coming off, Ravenhill coming on. Way too easy. 3-1 Salford, that were absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. All Salford fans are giving it a bit so. They're absolutely shocking. All playing through the middle, everyone just left it, and Bolton just stuck it in. So, yeah, obviously say we've been poor. 2 errors at first goal, and then this one was just shocking defending. So, Salford 3, Bolton stuck.
Got behind us, slid it across.
Not signing up.
Oh, bloody hell, Retford are only drawing with 4.
About 65 minutes gone. He's had a great chance there with Miller going through. Really should have shot first time, but he tried to take it round, and then chance had gone. Been a very poor performance from us so far, but still time yet, but it's not looking good. 3-1 Salford. George Miller's just gone off injured. Hopefully it's not too serious. Got 2-2, but Cucurella has come on, so let's see what he can do. It's 5 minutes of added time at the end of this game. This has been absolutely awful. No urgency whatsoever. Full time, 3-1 to Salford.
Full time, Salford City 3, Doncaster Rovers 1. That was just awful. Awful. I've tried to film this quite a few times now, because I've got so many points I just need to make, but they're all seem to be jumbling into one, so I'm just going to let it roll, and hopefully it'll come out alright. But yeah, that third goal were pretty poor as well. Like, Borty just ran it through into the box, crossed it along the ground, about 4 players around, about 1 player, and he slotted it in. It was just a bit of a car crash of a game, to be fair. We just didn't look arse, for no energy, no fight.
no commitment. When Salford was running all over the place, we were walking at the most, maybe a light jog. But yeah, it's not good enough, and it shouldn't be accepted. It feels like the club is just too complacent at the minute. It just like when you come out with your post-match stuff, it just seems like a lie. It seems deluded. It's like when you're saying like, oh, yeah, this happened, but there were plenty of positives. You name me the positives. What? We got back into it. We got an equaliser very soon after conceding. Yeah, great positive. We went on to lose 3-1. I don't think there was many positives to take from it, especially when, like I say, it was just so lacklustre, and you could hear it from the fans. Like, there were 1,000 of them down there today. They deserve better. Like, amount of money that a lot of them spend going home and away every week. We deserve better. We deserve so much better. It's poor. I mean, on Tuesday, I'm travelling down to Crawley to watch them. Booked today off work for it. It's going to cost a lot. Travel, tickets, and it's a Tuesday night game, so I'm going to be up early on Wednesday for work at 9 o'clock. So it's, we deserve better, and people aren't wanting to come. People are staying away, and to be honest, you can't blame them because it's not fun watching at the minute. It's awful, and like I say, it shouldn't be accepted. And the club just seem a bit deluded at the minute with these statements coming out with it. It's all a process. It's been a bloody process for years. But since we what process to get into the National League, it's appalling, and that's the way we're going at the minute. Because I mean, look at the amount of players out of contract that we're probably going to lose. Who we're going to replace them with? Youth team. I mean, it's shocking, and I don't see why it's been accepted. It's like this with Schofield. It's like we've got Schofield in. We're plenty more experienced ones in there. And have we improved since we got rid of McSheffrey? I mean, I don't think so. And like I say, I know a lot what Corn Schofield said, which I completely understand because I just don't get his stubbornness and why he's not changing things. But the truth is, we'll get rid of Schofield. But I'll bring just someone similar level of McSheffrey or Schofield in because it's the cheap option. They'll not let him pick his assistants like they did with him. And it's just going to be same in, same out again until we keep falling further down the pyramid, which could easily happen. I mean, I know a lot are thinking at the minute about getting back to League One. It's like, got to be careful at the minute. We don't slip further down because we're lucky that there's a lot of very average teams in this. Because before today's game, we're still only 6 points off playoffs. We're a game in hand, and it's like that shows the level of this league. I mean, if we were in League One, we'd probably be a lot further to the bottom as we are. We're lucky that there's a lot of other very average teams in here, but we can't keep relying on that because eventually it's going to come back to bite us on the backside. So yeah, I don't really know where we go from here. Just poor, and you could hear the fans chanting, and you can see the frustrations. I mean, it's just not good to watch, and nothing's been done about it. And I think something's got to change. Like I say, I don't have the answers. I'm just a fan, but the guys at the top really need to pull a finger out and get some work done because, in my opinion, either invest or sell up because look at us, we're just plummeting and we seem to be settling for mediocrity, which is not acceptable. I'm not saying like we're going to be in Premier League or like battling it out to eventually get to the Champions League, but I just want to enjoy going back to watching. I want to see some fight. I don't mind losing if we're at least fighting. I don't mind that as well. Obviously, I want to win, but I don't mind it as much. Whereas now, we just seem to be laying down to defeat before the match even started, and I'm getting pretty sick of it, to be fair. But yeah, I'm opening the next game. Like I said, I'd love to see us start Miller and Lavery. I think that combo could work a lot better. I think we could work off each other really well, and especially with Miller firing a few more in now, it kind of Lavery can do a lot more of a run and stuff like that, and hopefully Miller can get into some good positions to score. So that's what I'm hoping for. Whether it happens is we can dream, can't we? But yeah, we'll see what happens at Crawley on Tuesday. Anyway, I've had enough of ranting about Rovers. So anyway, it's a new ground on the channel, so let's get into that and rate the ground. So we'll start off with pre-match. So there weren't a great deal to do, to be fair. I know it's close to Manchester, so I know a lot went to there. In terms of stuff around the ground, there weren't a lot to do, so we went straight in. We got there quite late anyway, but yeah, not a lot around, not a lot to see around the ground. Basically just having a drink in the concourse. So for pre-match, I'm going to go quite low here. I'm going to go 1.5 out of 5. Next up, we've got the catering, and this is quite a tricky one because I could kind of split it down half here because we had two different sections for away fans. We had the food in one bit and the bar in another. So in terms of a bar, this were actually really good. Even if the queue were big, they got through it really good. The people on there were spot on. Like they were all in cans poured into plastic pint pots, but they got through it really quick. Reasonably priced. I bought 3 pints for me and my girlfriend and my dad, and it cost a tenner, which is pretty good for football. So yeah, that were good. However, the food were a different story. The queue were absolutely huge. I think it was cash only there as well. I didn't end up getting any food because the line was way too long and it was cash only. But what I saw, the food didn't look too good. But yeah, like I say, the beer queue brought it up quite a bit because if we're going off food alone, it'd have been very low. So we're going to go straight down the middle here. We're going to go 2.5 out of 5. Next up, we've got the ground itself, and it's actually a really nice ground. If this were a National League ground, it'd be really good. But it's League 2. I think it's the second smallest in the EFL in terms of attendance. But yeah, the facilities aren't great at all. Like, the toilets are basically in a shed. Food and drinks bars are just one separate porta cabin that they serve out of. But yeah, inside the ground, it's pretty nice. It's small, but it's nice. Like I say, if it were National League, it'd be getting rated a lot higher, but we're going with it compared to the level it's at. So obviously we're not comparing it to like Man City or Tottenham. This is based on League 2, so it were alright inside. I'm going to go with 3 out of 5. Next up, we've got atmosphere, and in Rovers it were quite good, and we had a few Salford fans chanting as well, but I think it's such a small ground, it was terracing, you can get pretty decent atmosphere in there. So yeah, it wasn't bad. I've been to better, but like I said, I've been to a lot worse. I've been to a lot bigger places, a lot bigger teams, and had a lot worse atmosphere. So pretty good at Salford. I'm going to go with 3 out of 5. And finally, we've got the overall enjoyment of the day. Well, yeah, didn't really enjoy it. Good job it's not weekend away, or that'd have been an awful trip there and back, and an awful day out. So yeah, weren't great. Football let down the players and the management and those higher up. Let the club down massively there. Yeah, so I can't get too out of this. Like I said, a nice enough stadium. But yeah, it's not going to score highly here. We're going to go 1.5. So that gives us a final score of 11.5, which sees Salford at the bottom of our table. But yeah, since football were great, it weren't always going to be high. I remember this is just off my experience alone, so it could be completely different on a different day. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. We're back next Tuesday with the Rovers again. We're making a long journey down to Crawley on a Tuesday night, so hopefully, like I say, everyone can turn up there and we can have a much better performance. But it's nice to wish in it, but let's be honest, it probably won't happen. But until then, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get 750 as soon as possible. So thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.